Oh, there we go. My mic was muted. Thanks for challenging me, chat. Okay, we good? There we go. Adrian caught me. He was first, technically. On my screen, Adrian was first. What's that? Me first. Nicely done. What's up, guys? Sorry, it's been a minute. Yeah, ever since 4th of July, been a little busy. It was nice. I got to see the family, hang out, all that kind of stuff. I don't think I missed any like important drops. I did play a couple drops during that time. I think I pulled the slot on just one of them for the most part. So I pulled the lever, I should say. Collectibles, drops. Yeah, what's like the most recent drops? About time, bro. Yeah. Is it just me or is the Veve... Some pages like the Veve app's running a little slow. I think I went for the Strange Tales comic. I think I just kind of pressed the button once on that and then just kind of called it a day. I think I ended up with just like a Garage Mint common. Although I do like the covers. On this one. First appearance of Dormammu. I will say that is a very cool ultra rare cover. Dude, I like most ultra rare covers nowadays. It's kind of cicadated. Cicadated? I don't know. I'm probably misreading that. But hope you guys are doing well. Are you guys excited for the... Well, let me talk about the Winter Soldier first. That came out. That was this morning, right? I almost did a live stream, but I woke up kind of late. I thought Informant was going to do a stream, and I was out on my morning workout and stuff like that, and I noticed he wasn't streaming, and it was a little too late at that point. So, I mean... I gotta say, I mean, the quality on these are getting pretty insane for Veve. Especially like the Secret Rare and some of these other ones, like the animated ones. Like, I actually really like this. I just don't know if I like it for 25 gems and get a random one. I haven't really looked at the prices on these in the market. Actually, I do want to look up the... Are these... I know some of these are animated, not all of them. I did want to double check really quick. How far back do I have to go to get to the... All right, challenges. No, it's not what I want. It's not what I want either. Does this one have the article? Nope. Okay. Man, where is it? Can you guys hear me okay? You guys should be able to hear me fine. Okay, there it is. Jeez. Man, Vivi's done a lot of posts since then. Whoop. Click here. I'll drag this over. Yeah, we'll look at the article really quick. I'm just kind of curious which ones are animated and which ones aren't, because I can't check on the web app. Not the web app, but on the computer for some reason. So this one's not animated. So the difference between these two are the mask? Or is there something I'm missing? I think it's just the mask. 41 editions. So this one is animated. It looks like they're all animated except for the common and the special edition. So like basically the you know, the least rare and the most rare ones are the animated ones. Pixel Trader, what's up, dude? Thanks for the emotes there. Loud and clear? Okay, that's good. And it's interesting. I guess this has no issue. Oh, you know what it is? It's on... it has no issue pulling up the pictures on OBS, but on Streamlabs, oh my god, StreamYard, it has an issue kind of pulling up custom emotes, which I do want to make some custom emotes here somewhat soon. But I kind of want to see I'm surprised they don't have a video linked in here to like the animations or anything like that. I think it's in like the video that they put out. Great work. Okay, I think didn't they put out a video later showing off the animations? I'm surprised how much stuff Veve is posting. Like, okay, here it is. So it's like a full 4 days later, then they show the animations. Let me mute this. I really like that animation of the secret rare. I think that's the ultra rare. Yeah, it's starting to look. That was like they're going above and beyond now with the animations and everything with some of these collectibles. It's pretty darn good. Let's zoom in here a little bit so you guys can actually see the prices. So, I mean, this is the main reason, right? It's like, you know, you get a comment, you instantly lose, you know, 75% of the value. I mean, I do like all of them, but I have a feeling the animated ones are doing a little bit better. Yeah, like the uncommon's like pushing 9 gems. There we go. I think the secret rare is the one he does the block animation and he also shoots too, where there's this one I think he only does the block. Video Shane, what's up? Which arm tattoo do you like best? Which arm tattoo do you like best? I don't know what you're referencing. Oh, okay, they're like different ones. Okay, I didn't even notice. I will say it's like a lot of this kind of stuff, like this is, unfortunately, this is the issue with being on the computer, is that you can't look at the collectible, you can't animate it, you can't look around it, you can't do anything on the computer. Like everything's done on the phone app. So like, you know, unfortunately, I can't really get a good look at like the secret rare unless I pull it up on my phone. I guess I could go back, but I've already closed out of it. But if I had to guess, I mean, at least this one, the rare, you know, America with the Captain America like arm deal going on there. Now, I do have to admit something. I have not seen Winter Soldier from beginning to end. I've seen a bunch of clips. I've seen a bunch of stuff, but I've not seen it from beginning to end. I know Bucky is a badass character, and I've been meaning to watch it from beginning to end. Like, my eyes are closed right now. Like, I'm just like beating myself up over this. I've not seen it from beginning to end, and I need to do it. And maybe this is the drop that'll make me finally do it. My SR is out floor, but I'm thinking about pulling it off. You don't know? For 110? I mean, it's one of those things where I will say if you're going to use these gems either soon or maybe you plan on kind of pulling the, you know, pressing the button a lot on the Silver Surfer drop, it might be worthwhile to sell it now. But if you're not in a hurry to sell it, or unless you like really need the gems or something like that, I mean, you can kind of hold off on it. I mean, you're pretty much less than half of the floor price right now, you know, like the next highest person. So, I mean, it's totally up to you, right? None of this is financial advice, but at the end of the day, Jason, what's up, dude? Thanks for, hello. What's up? And Shane, Pasternak, Adrian, if you're still here, Pixel Trader, I know he's usually lurking. But it's up to you. I mean, for 110, I mean, It's a pretty good price. I know some people, you know, might not like the fact that it's not FA, things like that. But I mean, the animations are awesome, and if someone's going on the app and they're gonna want to buy Winter Soldier, like they'll probably buy the FA and this one, right? Even though, what is the is it just called Bucky? Is that it? Bucky Barnes. It's not Bucky, right? Who am I looking for? What's his name? It's not Winter Soldier. Who's... Am I really gonna have to type in Mighties and kind of just look all the way down? Whoa. Or is it spelled Mighties like this? There we go. Guess I could have just done Captain America and he would have showed up, right? Or shown up. It's Bucky? Yeah, then why is it not... And I will say, this is another thing... I know it's difficult to kind of pull off, but this is another thing I think Veve should make it much easier to search for certain collectibles and comics especially. I typed in Winter Soldier and it didn't pop up for some reason. Did I spell soldier wrong? Oh wow, dude, this is going for 25 gems. Did the price on this go up because of the drop at all? Let me look here. Let's do winter. Like, I'm kind of curious if the price of this kind of went up at all because of the announcement. If anything, it actually went down. So it was at 28 for a while, now it's at 25. 900. I mean, this is technically the first appearance, right? And there's 900 of these. Winter Soldier. Did I spell Winter Soldier wrong or something? Winter Soldier. I probably did spell soldier wrong. I think I put the I between like the I and the D or the L and the D or something like that. Whoa, what's going on? Okay. Wait, Winter Soldier SR? Yeah. I mean, essentially, this costs just as much as what the ultra rare. Ultra rare is going for roughly the same price. Yeah, like 20. I mean, it's essentially 36. I mean, once that one's gone. Although the animation on these look pretty badass, I gotta say. The Penny Red. I haven't looked at this one at all. I actually do have the physical somewhere. I'll have to dig it up. It's somewhere in one of my drawers in my other room or whatever. This one doesn't seem as popular as the Penny Black. But I think you do get a physical with this one as well, right? If you end up landing the SR. And according to this, you have a 1 in 84 chance. Isn't that less likely than the Penny Black? Even though it has more editions, it's like... Because the Penny Black was 88 editions. Yeah, because this was the Penny Black. Or no, there's 150 of these. Okay, I thought there was 88 for some reason. Wow, so the red is more scarce. And yeah, there was a 1 in 60 chance for this one. Yeah, and the other one, even though I think it might be worth less in like real life, it's definitely much more scarce on Veve. And it's a 1 in like 80 chance versus a 1 in 60 on this. Yeah, and these were 10 gems too. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when this one dropped... Gosh, what is this? Like 9 months ago? Maybe a little bit less than that, like 8 months ago. For some reason, I really wanted to go for it. I think it's just because of the physical aspect of it, but I don't know. Are any of you guys going for the penny red? Mostly because of the physical part, but like, man, I mean, 1 in 80 chance. I don't know why they don't show it on this page sometimes. 1 in 80, 1 in 85 chance. Yeah, that is obscenely scarce. Meaning, you know, if you want to essentially guarantee this, you're going to probably spend like 800 gems if you want this. Burned my legendary All-Star Superman on candy for the animated. Others did right at the end. Now the original only has 67 copies. Should not have done the burn. All-Star Superman on candy. I will be honest, I have been completely tuned out on candy. And some of these other platforms. I do want to get back in the swing of things and like other platforms and stuff, but I'm still mostly focused on Veve, and I do want to cover other platforms. But yeah, I'm not sure. My legendary All-Star, is that different than like the Superman comic, or is that like a different collectible? Is that like a recent collectible or like an old collectible? Because I don't think I bought anything on candy in probably about... I think I did buy one thing on candy somewhat, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, and then before that it was like another 6 or 7 months. It has the Action Comics 1 cover. So it's a comic with the Action Comics cover. So it's not Action Comics 1, like the actual comic. It's a comic cover that's like an homage to the Action Comics 1. Is that how that works? Let me see here. Yes, okay, gotcha. Trying to log in right now. I was also getting really confused with the whole like candy login, and then there's like a different login for something else. Let me see if I can yeah, there's like a candy login, then there's like a future past login, and I was kind of getting confused with that, so then I kind of didn't necessarily bother with it too much. Is this the right one? You have an existing account, sign in with your email. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of why I was so confused on the candy eat login and then the future past login, and then like it said I couldn't do it because I already had an email or something like that. It was a little confusing. I'm trying to do it on this other monitor right now. Yeah, it's just giving me errors, so I can't really look it up. That's one thing I like about Veve. To be honest, there's not a whole lot of like crazy bridging and, you know, this company bought this company, so you have to move your account and change your email and do this. Like, I know it's relatively easy, but for some reason it's always kind of made things a bit more difficult for me. But no, I just need to figure that stuff out off stream, get all my accounts together, get all my stuff together, because I do want to get involved with candy, but like for the most part, the only thing I'm interested in on candy is just the Grail comics. I've kind of learned to, at least the way I'm going to start kind of, the platforms I've done the most, that I've been the most successful with, is when I just treat it strictly as profit and just look at the best ROI things. Like when there's too much crafting going on and this and that, like there's too much speculation, and sometimes things do better or worse than what's kind of anticipated and stuff like that. So I pretty much only look and latch onto the things that I know that are pretty much going to guarantee do well. Like if they release Action Comics 1, or if they do first appearance of another Justice League character or something like that. And like, yeah, I'll typically go for it or buy a few comics, but I'm just not in tune enough with like the community or the marketplace to like kind of gamble on these like craft mechanics and stuff like that. Usually with Veve, I feel like I've kind of done decently well, kind of figuring out like which ones are going to be profitable or not, or which ones are worth my time. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Is there a Omi migration by August 1st to Stacker? Omi migration? I'm not too sure. You mean like moving all your Omi to Stacker? I mean, I've already done that. I think that's already been a thing, right? I've already moved all my Omi off of Veve and onto Stacker probably like 3 or 4 months ago. So I always thought that was a thing already. Or are you talking about like a forced migration? Like, all right, if you do have Omi on Veve, we're basically going to force you or like shove it into Stacker or something like that. I think that's what you mean, right? Digital verse. Or has it been like disabled on Stacker for some reason? So like, see, I already have my Omi here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I only have 1.5 milli on there. I have Omi on some, like in a wallet or an exchange. So I do have more Omi than this. I just haven't seen a whole lot of reason to like bridge it over into Stacker or get it onto Stacker and everything like that just yet. Like I just still waiting to see what we're going to do with bronze tickets and other things like that. Picked up all 5 Ultimate Superman comics and will receive the Action Comics 1 foil cover airdrop on the 25th, $10 per comic. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to stay tuned with the candy stuff. If they're dropping, so are they actually dropping Action Comics 1 on sometime in August? Or is this like a foil airdrop and they're going to release it later? Or have they already dropped Action Comics? Like I said, I haven't been able to access my candy account ever since they've done the I think I logged in once when they were going, and that was the other, oh yeah, that was the other issue too. Like I used 2 different emails on accident. Like I had like my candy email, and then I accidentally used like a different email for Future Pass, and I like wasn't marrying up, so it just gave me an error. So that's kind of why I have been, yeah, that's kind of why I've been kind of out of touch with candy, to be honest. So yeah, if they're dropping Action Comics 1, I'll have to get my account together and go for that drop. I got an email from Veve about moving it from Immutable X to base via Stacker. Interesting. I haven't gotten an email like that. Maybe because I don't have any Omi on Veve, like the actual app. But I mean, if there is a way to do it, I would assume either Foster's going to make a video about it. Veve Official might make a video about it. In an email, they're probably going to explain how it's going to happen. Stacker might explain how it's going to happen. So I'm, you know, they know not everyone on Veve is like crypto/Omi bridging, you know, literate. So I think I would hope that they're going to make it as easy as possible for people to do it. So I'm not too sure. I haven't. You can check really quick, but I haven't gotten an email from Veve talking about Omi or anything like that. Oh no, you know what? I did, but this was like May 30th, so this was like 2 months ago. Yeah, I got one email in May. Final reminder, Omi Bridge from Mutable X is live. And we encourage you to migrate your Omi before the deadline, June 30th. So it's already past the deadline. To continue enjoying all the benefits of the new network. Start your migration. Yeah. I mean, that seems to be it. I think all you have to do is just create a Stacker account, connect your Veve account, and then they'll just migrate it for you. Yeah, it says starting July 1st, you'll stop earning rewards for Omi held in your VV wallet, which will coincide with your Omi Season 6. Yeah, so essentially what this is saying is if you have Omi on the app, you won't get the benefits of bronze tickets, the bonus points for, or the bonus MCP for it. Like you'll own the Omi, but you just won't get any utility out of it. So if you do want the utility out of it, you need to put it on Stacker, I think. It says they extended them to August 1st now. Okay. Yeah, I don't. The only emails I see on my email is from May, and I'm assuming they didn't message me because I don't have any Omi left on the app. Maybe it's fake. I mean, if it's from the Veve official email, I mean, I would assume it's legit. If you're not sure, you could always contact support or ask them how to do it. So, but according to that email, it does seem like, yeah, the Omi's still yours. It's still on your account. You just won't get any points. You won't get any bronze tickets for it, you know? So if you were hoping to get any utility out of it, it's not going to happen as long as it's on the app. You got to put it on Stacker. Thanks for looking. Yeah, no problems. That's what it seems like. So I found it pretty easy. Hey, look at that. Floor price is 180 now. If you missed out at 110, you missed out. Now, if you want a Winter Soldier, you got to pay 180 for it. I like it. I'll be honest, I completely overlooked this comic. Was this today? Was this today or yesterday? This is like yesterday, right? This Heroes Be Damned thing. Is this still live? No, it's sold out. Okay. So what's the hype behind this comic? I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like on like the Veve like green comic app, like once every like 1 to 2 months, there's always like one comic, hey, you should like try and get, because it's like Vampirella. I like that. Yeah, there's some cool looking comics on here. The only issue is that like you can't leverage your gems. You always got to put fresh money into the Veve Green website. That's kind of the other thing too. I think that kind of holds a lot of people back. So was difficult to get my Omi onto the app. So was so difficult to get my Omi onto the app. No. Now they want you to what? So they just want you to just make a Stacker account. I mean, it's pretty darn easy. And honestly, and if I were you guys, just for security reasons, I don't even use the same Veve email as my Stacker email. So if I were you, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but just for security reasons, that way, if someone does get, for whatever reason, you know, vice versa, if they ever get my Veve email or my Stacker, like they don't have access to like everything, in a way. I mean, they might, I mean, technically, regardless, I usually use, you could probably use like a different email if you want. But essentially, yeah, you just create a username. I think all you need to do is make a username and a password, link it to an email, and then once that's done, you'll log into your Veve account. It's no different than logging into Veve on the, you know, if you like log out of Veve, you log in, they'll send you an email confirmation. Like once that's done, you can just bridge your Omi right away. That's the same one. Yeah, I've realized. Yeah, I figured you just increase the price by 70 gems. So that's good. You know your worth now. Or no, now you know the worth of the collectible. So yeah, it doesn't sound like you're like in a rush to sell it, but if you do sell it, you know you want to get a good chunk of change out of it. So, but no, I still like Stacker. There's just a few features I would like, you know, to make it a bit easier to. So discover, like this section, you know, where it's like, all right, what's the cheapest collectible or like what collectible is for the cheapest amount on Omi. Like you have to kind of organize it by this and just scroll down. I'm kind of hoping they fix that at some point. But see, this is one of the things I'm not a huge fan of on Stacker. There's no way to organize it by. I mean, you can organize it by cheapest Omi, but you have to kind of scroll through, I don't know, 25 to like 30 pages of this to kind of see the cheapest one. Typo, no worries. So at this point, it sounds like, I just want to see what's the, okay, there we go. Interesting, okay. I remember when I was on here, like people were selling comics for like 85 cents, so like super cheap Omi prices, but now it seems like everything's kind of hovering around $1. Not brand Ech. Tarzan of the Apes for 99 cents. Tales of Suspense, man, people are flooring FA Hawkeye for $1. Some more Christmas trees. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of comics for. Let's go look at like She-Hulk for example. Yeah, there's no like mint numbers that are like jumping out at me. Amazing Fantasy going for 122. I think it does show like the Veve. Is it the highest price or the? Oh, it's volume. Sales listed. Okay. Yeah. I will say if the people over at Stacker, if they want people to use it more often and or have some sort of subscription-based thing, make it easier to look for floor prices on Omi, and then also have a side-by-side with like Veve floor prices right next to it, instead of like, oh, Elsa's $51. All right, I don't know what the Veve floor difference is. I guess technically it says floor difference here, but okay, I'm just gonna skip that. I don't know why I need to authenticate, even though I've already logged in. But I do have Stacker, but how do we move Omi over? There's got to be like an email or something. I'm not trying to like pull up information that's gonna like dox myself or do something crazy. I'm pretty sure in the top right, I don't think this is gonna do anything. I think this is fine. I think I would try, there might be an old video on how to do it, but like if you just click in the top right here, with like, there's like a wallet icon, and it says bridge. I'm assuming the bridge button is what'll, if you're connected to your Veve account, maybe you can bridge it over to here. Jeez. Omi's gone up a little bit, but 310 bucks. I think I spent a little over $1,000 getting this 1.5 million Omi like back in the day. Now it's worth like, you know, like a fourth of the price. Man, 301 Elsas for Dr. Profit. Yeah, I would click this and I mean, either bridge or if you look on either Twitter or something like that, I'm sure there's an old Stacker post or something like that that'll tell you like how to bridge your Omi to Stacker. It's really easy. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I think it takes like less than 2 minutes. Pretty easy. Are you getting the next Planet Death airdrop? Should be there tomorrow. No, I didn't go for any of the Planet Death drops. To be honest, I was pretty busy these last few weeks, and I was not really paying attention to Veve all that much. Would I have gone for it? That's tough. What was the price on those? Were they also $4, or did they up the price on those? Ooh, $6. Okay, so it was like $1 less. Oh, this didn't even sell out. Okay. I think that's part of the reason why is, I mean, one reason is that it's $10 a comic, right? Versus, yeah, like this one. Yeah, part of the reason why I went for Planet Death Zeros because I think these were like $4.99, if I remember right. But yeah, they definitely upped the price on these. I mean, just for this, I mean, I didn't even realize this was dropping. I probably should have paid more attention, but even if it did, at $9 a pop, 1 in 30 chance for an SR. And if I wanted to buy this in the secondary, probably would have had to throw like what, like 500 gems at it, or in this case dollars, because they don't, maybe not that much, but yeah, potentially. Planet. Yeah, it's going for 100 now, but let me see pre-airdrop. Okay, it's only going for like 1 whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Planet Death, and actually I did someone reach out to me and offer me something for my poster that's number 20. Still trying to figure that deal out. But yeah, for this one, no, I didn't. Even if I knew about this ahead of time, it would have just cost too much for me to chase after the airdrop. I mean, the airdrop looks cool. The comic looks cool. Yeah, let me see the, how much are these going for? Oh, wrong button. Go back. Market. Yeah, I think this was this was about like 150 before. I'm sure this was a little bit higher, so it probably would have cost 200 gems. Maybe a little bit less to collect the whole set. It might have been worth it. I mean, I do like this cover a lot. Might come back and buy one of these for 169. Actually, I'll just do it now before I forget. All right, there we go. Just to say I have it, because I don't think I have the Planet Death 1 comic. I bought 3 Planet Death in the store, landed the common, rare, and SR, so it was a no-brainer to pick up. Yeah, that's a huge deal. Congrats on that. Because what were the odds? It was like super low. I had to buy the comic, I think like 25 times to get my first SR for the Planet Death Zero, and then I bought like 5 or 6 more, and I got another SR. I think I bought like 8 more, and I got another SR on that one. So, but yeah, if you got the SR on the drop, that's kind of the that's definitely the bottleneck. Yeah, 1 in 30 chance. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so you could have spent anywhere between what? Yeah, I mean, you spent less than $30 and you landed the SR. If you were really unlucky, or if you were like me, you had to spend almost as, you had to press the button as many times as the odds were. That's almost 300 or like $280 for the SR. So, yeah, congrats on that. That's awesome. Do you have the other poster? I really like their outfits too. They kind of really they remind me of like Cable. It reminds me of like Warhammer 40K, but also like Cable, and then a bunch of other futuristic space soldier kind of people. But that aside, the other thing I did want to talk about too was Silver Surfer 1. Now, there was a lot of drama around this. People were not happy about the fact that like Veve changed up the mint numbers, right? Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, some people were like really upset about it. It's the update, but where was the original post? Okay, here it is. I'll just drag it over so you guys can. I'm sure you guys have already seen it and heard about it, but we'll take a look. I'll just do that. Does that look fine? Okay. First appearance of Shala Ball. So this is not the first appearance of Silver Surfer himself, but this is the thing that kind of kicked off the entire series. Comics and Crypto have a $5,000 bounty for the year of this comic, which is pretty nuts. Thrilled to see this comic. Wish we had the 1968. Yeah. First appearance. I do have the other poster. I have it at the floor. Okay, cool. Big A, what's up, dude? We're just talking about the Silver Surfer comic change / update. Does this link still work? I wonder if this still says 1,000 or if this says. I will say I really like the SR and other way. Silver Surfer dabbing on the haters. So yeah, they've updated the article, which is to understand. I figured they would. Why is this not? Oh, I gotta do this. Sweet. Where's Minty Fresh? The Mini Fresh numbers? I'm sure Informant and Big A will have it in what? 3 days and 16 hours. They'll definitely have it up. An all-new book-length Marvel epic. How many pages is this thing? One more. One more. Doesn't it usually say how many pages it is? Or is that only for like kind of the more unique comics? Yeah, then I don't know, for whatever reason I don't have the pages on here. So there's 80 SRs, 200 ultra rares, 400 rares, 520 common, classic cover 800. That's pretty low for the classic covers, isn't it? Let me see if I can find another comic that's 2,000. Was this one 2,000? Yeah, this one was 2,000. All right, let me see if I can dig up that article. It's gonna be before this, right? Or you know what? Why don't I just do this? This is way easier. Comics. Because that mint spread seems different. I don't know. I guess that is the case. So yeah, 8,000. Okay, so 2,000 mints. I don't know why it's zoomed out. All right, these sunglasses are killing my nose. B will, not me. Okay, gotcha. Keep forgetting BE Informant. I might go for 10 Silver Surfers. Wow, so you're gonna spend 150? That's a pretty good amount. I mean, with only 2,000 editions, and I think with the amount of hype around it, and Comics and Crypto, I mean, this is a very beloved character. Anytime Comics and Crypto, or I've noticed like Sleepin' Comics retweeted their, I don't know if it was Veve's post about the comic itself, or he retweeted the bounty that Comics and Crypto put out. He did one of the two. But pretty much anytime a comic comes out that there's a little bit of hype or some buzz around, I just look at all the big comic guys and see what they're saying. If they're retweeting, if they're talking about it, putting out big bounty, I'm like, okay, there's something to this comic, right? I have a feeling some people might get Grogu'd on the drop, meaning like people are going to be upset about the price and just completely overlook the fact that like, okay, this is still a very low mint, very beloved comic. Like 2,000 mints is still extremely low. I think most people are upset, and I mean I would be too. It does seem like I don't think Veve intentionally intended to like change it, but you know, obviously based off community feedback, they're like, all right, maybe we should have like the 1968 mint available. Which of course Veve could always just withhold themselves, right? I mean, it's completely random. Sucks they raised the mints from 1,000 to 2,000. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I know some people are. People just want to see a return on their investment, right? People just want to see number go up. People are tired of buying a comic and seeing the price. You know, you land a common and you lose 75% instantly, right? Like people are tired of that. So people think that 1,000 mints is going to fix that, which it may or may not, but. I kind of wish I saw the original article so I can get the breakdown of like how many commons, how many uncommons, things like that. Because really, the only reason why you want a super scarce comic is because you want to see number go up, right? Or at least get like a good profit out of it. I mean, in this case, you can still buy more comics, right? And if people think they're still going to go below retail, at least like the comments, okay, that's a good chance to buy them. But I still think 2,000 is still scarce. So 1,000 could have been close to blue chip status though, and we really haven't had many of those since Miles. I mean, I guess. I mean there's still plenty of other comics that we can. I mean, there's not a ton, don't get me wrong, but I still think there's a handful of other comics that are maybe not as good as Silver Surfer, but I'd rather have those 1,000 mint comics for like other, or 1,000 mints for like other comics than like Silver Surfer or something like that. I don't know. And to be honest, I've heard some people say like, well, it should have been 1,000 because it's going to get new people in. So far, I will say there has not been other than the insane amount of hype around like golden moments and like Marvel announcement, that kind of stuff. There's no singular drop that has brought in hundreds or thousands of new users into Veve in the last 3.5 years. So I don't think like this would have, you know, and it's still like what, a day or two before the actual San Diego Comic-Con. So it's not even like this drop is happening on a stage with Veve and we're announcing Silver Surfer comic to like 4,000 people in a you know, on stage. Like this is still happening the day or two before San Diego Comic-Con. I get it. And I think people do want a very scarce comic, but I still think there's plenty of other ones that I think this is almost too beloved of a comic. I realize why Veve did it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of wish they just left it at 10 gems, but you know, so be it. Then again, the people that do buy it for, even if we do get new users and they buy it for 10 gems, like odds are there's probably a 70% chance like they're just never going to log on their account again and that comic is just locked up forever. I don't see it. I don't see it as big of a deal, and I do like that Veve is taking some feedback. Now, is it possible Veve just did it because they just want to appease some of the whales or the what's it called, the bounties that some of the bigger collectors are doing? Maybe. We can only do that for so long though. I mean, we are kind of running out of comics though. I mean, I think people are still excited for this comic. It's 5 gems less. 2,000 mints is still very, very scarce. I'm just not sure how much of a difference, you know, 1,000 or, you know, $5 is going to make. Not a huge deal to me, but I would have preferred 1,000 mints. I've always been a fan of lower mints for higher price, so it's more valuable. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I can kind of agree with that. I don't know. Like, what do you think the common price would have been if it was at 20 gems? Do you think people still would have floored it for below retail for commons? So if it was like a third of the price, right? So I don't know what the price would come up to be. So like, is it really that big of a difference if it's let's just say half price, right? Is it that big of a difference if people buy it for 20 and then floor commons for 10 versus if people buy it for 15 and then floor the commons for 7.50, you know, like $7.50? I think in the grand scheme of things, yeah, percentage wise, you have less of a market share. You know, if you buy one, but then again, at 15, and because there's more mints, you might be able to buy more, right? But who knows? I think with 20 gems, I think most people probably would have bought what, like 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4 if they can. Whereas with a 1,000, it might have just been like 1 or 2 and like it sells out right away. We'll see. I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. I do agree it would be nice to get a 1,000 mint comic at some point. But I think it sounds like Veve's kind of married to the idea of always having like the mint year be available for the comic. And if that's the case, then yeah, we're pretty much always going to have 2,000 mint comics. For me, the only thing with this comic, I don't know how to pronounce it, John Buscema cover. I've been waiting for the Silver Surfer N4 comic that is more desired. Let me look that up. Silver Surfer John Buscema cover N4. I feel like I'm typing a lot of stuff in here. All right, is this the one you're talking about? Let me see. Oof. Is this one of them? That is a cool cover. Silver Surfer like attacking Thor. Is this the one you're talking about? Yep. Okay. Silver Surfer 4. Who knows? Maybe this is the one we get 1,000 of, right? That would be sick. Silver Surfer 4. Like, awesome cover and super scarce. Thor versus Silver. That, yeah, like this would be a sick comic to do 1,000 editions on. But we'll see. I'm kind of curious, like, I think that's a good question to ask Veve and or David Yu, whoever. Like, are we ever going to get 1,000 mint comics again? Or is Veve pretty married to the idea of, like, we always want the mint year available for comics or, you know, collectible? Maybe not, maybe less collectibles, right? But for comics, it seems like, hey, we always want the mint year available because the community like to put out, you know, big bounties. And I will say the bounties help a lot, especially when it's $5,000, right? So, will the common go to $15? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of another comic that's 2,000 mints and that's like relatively this level. I mean, this is like $130,000 comic, right, in real life, at least in like a 9.8 or a 9 point whatever. So it's very desired. Let's play a game. Anytime I'm not sure. Let's do like 18 to like 12. Let's see what common comics are in this range of like 12 to 18. It's going to be a bunch of these. Okay, there's not too many of these. Really wish I could filter out these like more modern day comics, but Tales to Astonish 62. Okay, I think that's something else. Let me actually flip it by release date. That might help. At 1K mints, I think the comment could have been 15 to start, and then to start, but go back over retail. 1K is very small amount for comics. Yesterday, 900 mint. 900 mint did pretty good as an unknown. But this is a really good comic, yeah. So was there a drop a different day for 900? Not Lion King, right? Was there a 1000 mint drop? Yesterday 900 mint did pretty good. Oh, is this Hood? No. Is there a comic I'm missing that dropped for 1000? Is it The Heroes Be Damned? Was this for 1000? Really wish I could get like more information on this. Like, I don't even know the mint numbers. I don't know the drop price. I guess I'll have to go to Veve Twitter and scroll down for 4 minutes to find the information. Or actually, no, we can just go here. Let's see. Heroes Be Damned. So this one at 1000? Okay, 666 editions. $7. Damn, I wish I went for this one. I didn't even know this was dropping. 10 a.m. Why do they do it on the green app? Regardless. Yeah, I mean, this one was 666 edition. Yeah, I mean, it's low price, extremely low edition. Sounds like there's some hype around this comic, so I totally understand why this one. Or 913 in total, Kickstarter back gold edition. Oh, okay, I guess there's more editions that are coming or going to be airdropped later. Kickstarter back exclusive, 247 redeemable by Kickstarter campaign backers only. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of a little lost in some of this stuff. At least, yeah, any drops that have happened like more than 2 days ago, I'm not sure what happened or what's going on. Spider-Man 252. Okay, I was just wondering. Well, Big A said there was like a 900 mint drop yesterday, so I'm assuming he was talking Heroes of the Damned. I mean, it's even less than that because it's more like 666. Because these, like, I remember this whole Kickstarter backing thing didn't happen like months ago. So unless you were like on the ball on that, really this was like a 666 edition drop for 7 gems, which is, yeah, I kind of wish I played that one. I didn't even know this one was going on. Well, what's the floor price on this? That's the question. I mean, it's for 7 gems, so it's kind of hard to compare. It's got to be towards the top of the list, right? Yeah, Spider-Man 252 is a different era. I don't think you can... I think it's really hard to compare comics pre-Bull Run with post-Bull Run comics, just because insane hype, max users, fake gems, like a lot of just like unknowns and kind of just like random stuff happened back then. So a lot of stuff is inflated. I mean, this was a 20 gem comic. Black Panther, right? Pretty sure this was 20 gems, right? I don't know if this one got burned or not. Regardless, I get it. I know people are kind of starving for a 1000 mint comic, but I don't know. I think 2000 editions is still scarce enough. The comic is still popular enough. All the whales are going nuts for it. So if anything, now everyone has a chance to get some like actually decent mint numbers, right, out of it. You know, there's a lot of 1960 whatevers and 50 whatevers and 2000, or actually it only goes up to 2000. So there's a lot of mint numbers, I think, in that 1001 to 2000 range that you can actually get a little bit more out of if you're just instead of just another generic, 752. And now you just kind of, that's like a floor price. That's like a floor mint. That comic you were looking at was talked about last Korean MC vid. Yeah, I missed their last stream. So Yeah, this was a 10,000 mint comic, 20 gems. Okay, so that was 10,000 mints. And again, this was a long time ago. Yeah, this was like 2.5 years ago. What's up, Doctor Strange? Thanks for stopping by. What do you think about the announcement of the second challenge? Anybody excited about that? Let me look it up. But long story short, I know people are upset about the Silver Surfer comic. I kind of hope in the future, obviously, you know, Veve kind of takes that into consideration, like mint years and stuff like that in the future. I don't think people like it too much when Veve changes things up. In my opinion, I'd rather have Veve change it and listen to community feedback than the announcement just be completely wrong. Like, oh, this is animated when we said it's animated, but it's not, or the mint numbers on this are wrong, or whatever it is. So, you know, unfortunately, Veve has kind of done a little bit more of that recently, where they've kind of like made mistakes and stuff like that, which I pointed out on Twitter, you know, months and months ago. So at least they're letting us know way ahead of time. I figured people are going to be upset about it for about 2 days, and then when the drop happens, people are excited and just go for it, right? So it was funded through Kickstarter. Doesn't seem to be generating hype in the physical world. Yeah. Second challenge, I'm not a set builder, so I'm out. Yeah, let me look at the challenges thing. Oh, I'm on Veve. I'm on the page. Okay. Challenge feature update. Okay. Okay, you know what? I tried to click on the challenge thing like minutes after that post and it wasn't working, so I was like, okay, I'll check it out later. Okay, new unique set challenge. This is a fresh and level playing field where only new first-time set completions during the challenge window count. Whether you're a longtime Veve user or brand new to the platform, everyone has a fair shot at winning. All right. Previously completed, recompleted, or duplicate sets do not count. All right. And then Ultimate Set Holder Challenge, August 5th through August 18th. So what? 13 days, like 2 weeks. And this is like 2 weeks as well. This one's for the OGs. Every complete set in your collection counts, including duplicate sets, regardless of whether you completed it. Flex your full collection and rack up the rewards. Yeah, this is just like if you have it, you do. If you don't, you don't. You know, it's not. You might be able to see where you're at in the leaderboard, and like if you're 2 or 3 sets short of, you know, kind of moving yourself up to like higher up on the leaderboard, maybe. But like I would not chase like 5 to 10 plus. You know, if it's anything more than 5 to 10 sets, like I wouldn't chase after it, right? But there are a lot of cheap sets out there. I think that's part of the reason why. And you know what? I noticed this too, and I was like, dude, why is this going up in price so much? Is the Soul Stone. It's a cheap it's a cheap set, 1 of 1, right? It's the only one in the set. So I was like, why is this going up so much in price? It's because, yeah, it's an easy way to complete the challenge, you know? And it says duplicate sets matter. So if you own 40 of these, technically you have like 40 sets in the eyes of this this challenge. So unique set challenge where I participate. Why I participate, these challenges aren't about bragging rights, they're about celebrating collecting. Top 250 participants in each challenge will earn a massive MCP point boost. Okay. Still hopefully give us good things to spend our MCP points on. And then milestone based rewards. New unique set challenge. Milestone based rewards. Okay, so only the unique set challenge is actually going to give you milestone based rewards, whereas I think the ultimate set holder one will only give you a massive MCP boost. At least that's what it seems like. So it's still rewarding the OG collectors, but they're not getting rewarded with just more collectibles. It seems like only the new set reward people are going to be getting like new. That's what it seems like. I don't know. We're also introducing community-wide milestones for the more new sets the community completes, the bigger the prize pool for everyone in the top 250. Okay. Interesting. I don't know how that works. Community-wide milestones. I'm a little confused on. It does Corey and MC, do they talk about that in their video? How this is gonna work? We will have the one comic set. We will have the one comic set. What do you mean? One comic set. It's first 11 playing field. For this, to me, this seems like any new sets you complete, you'll get up on this like leaderboard thing. And then the more people that do that, you know, if the entire community, let's say, completes 1,000 new sets, I'm sure it might be more or less than that, 1,000 new sets, you unlock, you know, more rewards. And then if we do 2,000 sets as a whole community, then we're going to get more rewards or a bigger prize pool. So both challenges run from here. Participants must be KIC. Market manipulation or wash trading will result in disqualification. How do you determine that? Market manipulation. Tiebreakers, Veve join date. Okay. Full terms and conditions. Or wash trading will result in, okay. I'm kind of curious they actually use that term wash trading. Most people don't even know what that means. And then market manipulation. How do they determine that? Like people that just like buy up the floor and make a wall or something like that? Or are they... Let me look at the terms and conditions. I'm curious how... Okay, this is something different. Rewards. All right, I might have to watch the... I might have to like watch... Did they talk about this at all? MC and Corey about this? I was going to say, how do they determine someone that's like doing market manipulation or wash trading? How do they determine that? So if I sell so let's say I have a comic set and I accidentally sell the comic and then I'm like, oh wait, I totally forgot I broke this set. Let me buy it back. Is that wash trading? Or market manipulation? I don't know. Pro tip, strategize now. Because both challenges are being announced together. You'll begin strategizing. I mean, people are already buying stuff now, aren't they? I mean, people have already started planning ahead for the ultimate set holder challenge, right? Because it's just kind of a snapshot. Flex your full. I don't know why why does this have a range? It's more of just a snapshot, right? Like it doesn't matter how many you collect between August 5th and August 18th, right? It's just August 18th at midnight. How many sets do you have? And that's it. It's not like if you collect new sets or if you lose sets, like it really matters. It's just basically just a snapshot on August 18th, right? Now the unique set challenge, that time range matters because it's new sets you create or have in that window. But for something like this, the set holder challenge, I don't know, it seems a little either redundant or if anything, this should have just been like a snapshot, but unless I'm misreading this. And then same thing with this, market manipulation and wash trading, I don't know. And again, they said milestone-based rewards, so how do we know how many collectibles we're getting? Is there going to be like a chart or a list that says, hey, if we hit 1,000 unique sets as a community, we unlock these rewards. If we hit 2,000, we'll unlock these rewards. Are they going to show us the track, or are we just not going to know until it happens? So when flipping, sometimes I end up buying too many things to flip and can't sell. Then other times everything sells quickly. Difficult balance. Got to be patient for the extremely good deals. When flipping, sometimes I end up buying too many things to flip and can't sell. Then other times everything sells quickly. Difficult balance. Yeah, that's true. I mean, flipping is difficult, and even then, flipping has different time ranges, right? It's almost like normal trading, right? You can either do like swing trading or whatever. It's like, all right, I'm buying this to hopefully sell this within the next few days or maybe a week. Other times it's like, all right, I know this is cheap. I don't know when it's going to do. I don't know when it's going to go from $2 to $6, but it could take 3 months. It could take a year, but I just know it's cheap now, so I'm going to buy it, right? I think I have a lot of collectibles like that where I'm like, I know this is cheap. I don't know when I'm going to flip it. It's more contingent on, all right, do I need the gems now more than later? Is it actually in the profit? Things like that. Like I have quite a few collectibles that I bought for really cheap and I'm like contemplating selling them and just flipping. I don't know. I might have to reach out to like, I'll have to either watch the Corey and My Collectibles video on this or reach out to them or something like that. Because I don't know, how do they determine market manipulation? Wash trading, I mean, is flipping wash trading? Like if I buy stuff on July 22nd, like sell it for higher, and then like I can buy it again for like a lower price. Like, is that wash trade? I don't know what that necessarily means, at least in the context of Veve. Because I think it's been a while, but I think technically a wash trade is when you buy a stock and then you sell it within like 30 days, or it's like technically like 60 days on either side of the time, like you buy or sell it or something like that. It's been a while since I've done that, but that's why I feel like it's a bit weird for something like Veve. I wonder if they ever use that term, wash trading, in like other articles. Anyway, yeah, let me look up the Soulstone as that. Let me get rid of this. Oh yeah, we were looking at comics if we thought Silver Surfer 1 was going to be above retail. I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, look at this. Right when they announced the article, went from 1.1 up to 5 gems immediately. Because it's a 1-of-1 set, and you know, all the gosh, why did they announce those together? Now that I think about it, because of this milestone one, which again doesn't, not the milestone, because of this ultimate set holder challenge. And again, I don't know why there's a range on it. You could have just done a snapshot. Because of this, and because it goes based off of total sets, this new unique set challenge, everything is more expensive now. Like all the cheap sets that would have been cheap for new users are now more expensive, right? New users could have came on. They could have just not done this. You know, prices would not have gone up right now because technically the challenge doesn't start till July 22nd, right? But because this is just like it says right here, regardless of when you completed it, prices are going up now, which is kind of screwing over some of the new users. You know, you can't join Veve now with $10 and get 2 or 3 or 4 sets or whatever. I mean, and again, that might not be enough sets to win the challenge anyway. But because of this, like, doesn't matter when you complete it, all the sets are more expensive now. Previously completed, recompleted duplicates do not count. So that's the thing. Completing sets now helps with this challenge, but completing sets now doesn't help with this challenge. And this is the challenge apparently that they're trying to cater towards new users, or at least get people excited for. But because of this challenge, now all the sets are more expensive. So, and it sounds like they want more people to complete sets, milestone-based rewards for the new unique set challenge. Now we're not going to get as many sets because all the whales, or at least all the people that were paying attention, have already bought a lot of the cheap sets. So now we're going to get less sets overall for this new unique set challenge because prices have already gone up. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I feel like I've been rambling for a while on this. Or it seems like people are just completely disinterested and that's it. I mean, I'm not going to chase either of these challenges. Like, I might try and get a few cheap things during this time frame, but the fact that they did this challenge at the same time as this one kind of screwed over all the new unique set challenge people, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a post about it, giving my feedback about the thing. Maybe that's a video idea. Maybe I gotta make some bullet points, because when does the challenge technically start? In like 4 days. So yeah, the 22nd. Yeah, that might be a thing. I feel like it's too long for a post, but making a video about it would be pretty interesting. So I don't know. It seemed like people weren't too stoked with like the first challenge. I mean, obviously the people that did well were happy about it, but I think I'm gonna watch the Corey and My Collectibles video first, at least the section that they talk about it. And if they don't mention anything about like wash trading, market manipulation, any of that stuff, then I'll make a post or at least like a video about it, talking about it, because I'm gonna say like all the cheap sets they've already gone up in price, so it's already made it that much harder for everyone to collect sets during that time frame. So what they should have done is I don't know why they would have them back to back. Like just wait until this challenge is done and then announce this one. So that way, at least the people that were part of the new unique set challenge, they could still benefit from the unique or the ultimate set holder challenge, making it feel like they didn't waste, not like waste their money, but right, they can kind of double dip. The people that want to participate in this new unique set challenge, they have to wait and they have to pay more. The people that are going for the ultimate set challenge are benefiting now and don't have to wait. I think it won't be very popular. Yeah. I mean, this is, people don't need to do anything, right? Because it's more of a snapshot than anything. But Veve Wheels, what's going on, dude? Thanks for stopping by. What are your thoughts on this whole challenge thing? I think unfortunately, I think Veve kind of dropped the ball on this a little bit. I mean, it's not so much like it's not ruined. It's just, it would have been better if they just announce this first and just don't mention this set holder thing at all. Like just wait until August, 5th, or maybe just push this out from. I mean, technically, they didn't even need to do this like time range thing. Like I said, it's more of just a snapshot. Like, just drop this on August 5th and just say, hey, on August 18th, we're going to do a snapshot of all the people that have all the sets, That last challenge was exhausting, and I don't have many sets. I'll wait for the next challenge. Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a challenge to chase, right? It'll be interesting to see, like, where you're at in comparison to everyone else. I think it'll be a very good... Actually, is that information on Stacker? Leaderboards. Well, that's not good. Leaderboards. Collectibles, comics, Marvel, DC, Tot Veve. It doesn't show sets. All leaderboard. Okay, collectibles. This is just so total collectibles. Is there anywhere on Veve where I can see total sets? Or no? Maybe not. Yeah, I think this is, I don't know. I like the idea of putting like 2 challenges back to back, but you can't have one challenge that cannibalizes the other challenge, especially since this one's time gated, this one isn't. I don't know. I'll have to make a video about it. I'm going to pull up examples. I'm going to pull up all kinds of information, but you have to... oh, I have to pull up each... Yeah, I'm not going to pull up every profile. We can safely assume that these top 10 people are likely going to be in the top 10 of sets, unless they're the people that like just do nothing but stack like grails or secret rare comics and they just don't care about full sets or something like that. I don't know, but Yeah, unfortunately, I do think the way these challenges are set up, they've kind of cannibalized this whole unique set. So now everyone's paying more for sets now during this time. Oh, well. I wonder who bought most of these. I'm going to look up just really quick on this one, Soulstone. It's a recent activity. Oh, no, analytics. That's what I want. Standoff chart. Yeah. 17 hours ago. Yeah, I bought all these. Yep, bought the entire floor, essentially. Like you can, I don't know if you guys can see this, but KC BMW. Okay. And I'm sure there's more examples too I can't think of. Unfortunately, Veve set list has not been updated in quite some time. I don't think Veve set list has been updated in about maybe a year. What's the most recent drop? Can't really organize it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, since maybe not a year. Okay, so since February, this has not been updated. So whatever sets between February now, it's not going to be on this list. But regardless, because people just want to complete sets, right? Like one-of sets. Is there a way to... Not MCP. MCP is weird because it's going to be based off rarity. Price per MCP isn't a good indicator. I guess we'll just do it by this. Season sets. Yeah, I'm just trying to find like one-of-one sets. Price. Yeah, like Soulstone was the cheapest. Not anymore. Women support war effort. Let's let's look this one up. I'm willing to bet this. So this was probably $1.49 at some point. Now, okay. The set number displayed on your profile used to be unique sets, but now it shows total sets with unique parentheses. Okay, gotcha. All right, so you can see it in Veve, but there's no way to see like a massive list of everyone's like total sets. You have to go into each profile, click through, look them up. Yeah, these are already up to like $4 or $5. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll probably make a video about this. Because, yeah, this is unfortunate. Anyone that wanted to participate in this, new unique set challenge. It's a mouthful. New unique set challenge completely got cannibalized, and quite frankly, I mean, don't get me wrong, this same thing would have happened on July 22nd at 12:01 a.m. or is it a.m.? Yeah, 12:01 a.m. I mean, the same thing would have happened at 12:01 a.m. on July 22nd, but at least everyone knows the exact time of like what's going on. But like, everyone that wants to collect these new sets, they have to wait 4 more days. And now, don't get me wrong, I do think these prices are going to pull back a bit. Like maybe this women support war effort will go down to like 3 gems, and then the Soulstone might go back down to like 3-4 gems too or whatever. But because of this, like no one's going to be able to buy it for 1 or 2 gems anymore. So would have preferred a different type of challenge. The first time we had 1, now we have 2. One day we will have a handful of challenges running at the same time. There'll be something for everyone. Yeah, I agree. It's not so much like the type of challenge. I think my issue with it is that because these two, one challenge cannibalizes the other because of the time frame, right? Because I think I've kind of belabored the point here for a while. I'll kind of talk about it for a little bit longer, and then we'll look at Silver Surfer. That because this one says, regardless of when you completed it, people are buying sets now. So by the time July 22nd comes along, the cheap sets are now 2 to 3 times more because all the OGs or all of the whales or people that have been paying attention to this announcement bought up all the cheap sets. So any sets below 4 gems were all bought up. So now the cheapest sets you can possibly get are going to be more than 4 or 5 gems, right? And it's funny how they say here, whether you're a longtime Veve user or a brand new to the platform, everyone has a fair shot at winning. Well, yes and no. Well, I mean, now no one has a fair shot in a way because they have to wait till July 22nd to actually benefit from this new unique set challenge. So that's my issue with it, is that, you know, because of this challenge at the same time, it completely makes this challenge harder to complete. You know, you get less sets, you're paying more. Also, the rewards aren't going to be as good because remember, this is supposed to be a reward thing that scales based on like how many people completed or something. These challenges aren't just about bragging rights. We're also introducing community-wide milestones for the unique set challenge. The more sets the community completes, the bigger the prize pool is for the top 250. Yeah, so now the prize pool is going to be less good because everyone's already buying sets now. You know, there's no more sets for 1, 2, 3, 4 gems anymore. Now they're all 5 plus, 4 plus. Because I mean, if they got rid of this ultimate set holder challenge and they just did this unique set challenge, I'm sure some people would have bought the Soulstone stuff ahead of time, right, to sell, because it's still the cheapest, right, and still sell it to people. But regardless, it just got exacerbated because of this challenge. And again, I'm not sure what they mean by wash sales or wash trading. Do they even mention that as a term in here? Yeah, the term wash trading is even mentioned on here, so I don't know how they expect people to know what that is or how to avoid it. I'm sure there's some sort of like, I can't think of it off the top of my head, and like market manipulation, I don't know. What is market manipulation, right? Buying sets before they're available on July 22nd and relisting them for higher, right? Because, you know, what's his name? Casey BMW and Standoff Chart, and I'm sure there's others too that bought a bunch of these stones. So are they manipulating the market? Yeah, because if you look here, like, wasn't very active 2 weeks ago. You know, you were literally getting like a handful of sales a month, and then after the announcement, yeah, the entire floor gets bought up right away. So, but I agree. Different types of challenges where you buy sets, you complete sets, you're active on the app. Maybe like AR challenges. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's kind of hard because it's stuff they have to track within the app. Unfortunately, I think like posting stuff on like Twitter and stuff like that, I'm not sure how they would connect it unless there's a way to like connect your Twitter account to like Veve or something like that. So like it all has to be stuff like within the app that they can track. So we'll see. All right. But I agree. I think multiple challenges at the same time will be interesting. I just hope... I mean, there's a point to the challenges. I'm like, I hope the challenges don't require you to spend a whole bunch of gems or a whole bunch of time. But that's kind of the point, right? I mean, it's... The very first challenge they did, you didn't really need gems, right? It was just an effort thing, right? It was just like, how much time can you put in the app? Like, sharing posts and liking and following each other and all that stuff. That was just kind of an effort and time thing. This one is going to be like a money thing, right? Like how many sets can you complete? How many this or that can you get? So, and the fact that they also allowed duplicate sets too also exacerbated the issue. So if they would have just not allowed duplicate sets, I don't know. Either way, the whales are going to win. But if they didn't allow duplicate sets, people would not have bought 40 soul stones, right? So we'll see how it plays out. So 41 common. Secret. That's cool. All right, I like this. Looks like Rudy or Name Coast. Hit 2 and 8 attempts. 41 common and 11 secret rare. That's sick. All right, so we're done with this challenge thingy and the VV set list. We were looking up. Probably just go for a little bit longer too. I was planning to only stream for about an hour and a half, and I think we've been going for like a tiny bit longer than that. I do want to look at comics that are common between like 18 to like 12 gems, because people were wondering if like this comic is going to be above 15 gems, like the common. I don't know. Do you guys think the common Silver Surfer is going to be above retail? Like 15 gems. Interesting. We have Hulk. Wait, is Marvel Comics 1 really at 15 gems? Is that the floor? Okay. Yeah, there might have been like there might have been one listed at 15 or something like that, or maybe this is out of date, but all right. So Hulk number 1's there. I don't know, there's not a lot of comics in this price range. I did order it by release date too. We have to go down a little bit more. Let's go down to like 10 gems. I feel like we're gonna have some more comics show up. Okay, there we go. I'm like, where's like Iron Man? Where's Thor? Like first, I'm like, where are these comics at? Okay, so they're just shy of 12 gems. That's why. I was like, where are these comics? I'm like, shouldn't they be kind of in this range too? It's hard to say. I'm really not sure. It's been a while since we've had like a pretty hype 2000 mint comic. 15 gems is kind of an unusual price. There's also a lot of hype around it because of the comic as well as the bounty too. So not too sure. I think there are people I think there's going to be I think there are going to be people that sell it for below 15. And the whales are going to take advantage and probably buy up any that are below like 10 or 12 or something like that. And we'll probably go up above, but I don't know. 2000 is pretty darn cheap. I still think people are in the mindset of like, oh, if you get a common, it's below retail. Unless it's like an incredibly obvious comic like AF-15 or something like that. But I mean, if you look at a lot of other comics, I mean, most comics are below retail. Most commons. There's only a handful that are still like above retail. Yeah, these are all just like the green comic, modern age comics. Really wish I could filter these out on my NFT tracker. Yeah, like even this one, like even, I know there's a lot of mints on this, but so yeah, we'll see. Maybe as we get a bit closer. Dude, I love this comic cover. Dab and Silver Surfer. We'll see. I mean, we still have 3.5 days to think about what's going to happen with that comic. The one I'm kind of curious about that I think some people are overlooking is this one. Is this tomorrow? Yeah, this one's tomorrow. Yeah, so this one's tomorrow morning. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go for this one. I mean, you still have a very low chance of getting it, though. 1 in 85 chance of getting the penny black red. Mostly for the physical, right? How many total are there? Oh no, I got rid of the article. Let me pull it up here. BB blog, collectibles. Here's the stamps. I don't know, maybe one of these streams I will, or maybe one of these days I'll actually live stream during a drop. Because there's some pretty interesting collectibles coming out. So 3,841, 2,841. Let's just kind of round up here. So like 4,000, 7,000, 9,000, 910. So it's like 8,500 total stamps-ish, probably. Roughly around there. That's a lot of stamps. Probably end up passing on this as much as I do want the physical of this. I'm not even a stamp collector. I just love the idea of the physical utility. Like anytime there's like a collectible that gives physical utility, you almost kind of double dip right a little bit. Like you can sell the physical and the digital, make money off that. But with this one being so scarce and a 1 in 85 chance of getting the secret rare, I don't know. Physical isn't worth anything? Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. The only reason why I think it would maybe be worth anything is because you're kind of catering to like a VV community, right? There's only 100. Like maybe they'll pay a little bit more, but how much is what is this? A red? I'm just gonna literally copy this and put it into Google. Let's see what we get. Man, these prices are like all over the place. I'm gonna like look on eBay really quick. I know it's probably like a terrible place to look, but oh, come on. All right, I'm just gonna type it into eBay. Nope. Yeah, I guess depending on the... Because depending on the quality, I mean, there's some that you can literally get for like $6. There's some like attached to an envelope that's like $40, and there's some that are like 10. Yeah, the prices are kind of over the place. But anyway, it sounds like for the most part, like you can get this pretty easily for like less than $25, maybe $50. It just completely depends on like how much damage it has. Is it attached to something? Is it a standalone? I don't know. Oh well. All right, you guys don't even... I'll throw it over here really quick. Yeah, if you look at this, it just doesn't seem... Like I said, like you can get 3 of these for 99 cents and $3 delivery. Like, of course, they're pretty used, but... Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive. I don't know why this one costs so much. Mixed inks. Yeah, I don't know why this one is like $450, but interesting. Yeah, they're not really worth much. In that case, I'm spending way more digitally. I mean, the only nice thing is that it does get like BB framed and all that stuff, but yeah, this one's probably a hard pass. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for saving me gems there. I like the drop. It's just... I like the idea that I think they do need to do more phygital stuff. I realize it's up to the licensor and a bunch of other things, but... Because I still have a bunch of black pennies I think I need to sell. Or actually, I've been slowly kind of like DCAing out of my black pennies. I still have the full set. Did I break the set? No, I still have the set because there wasn't an uncommon. I want to always try to at least keep the set. I've entertained the idea of selling the penny black. Secret rare. I have number 19, so it's a whatever mint. Slightly on the lower end, but it's not like a single digit or anything like that. I did have like 20 of these at one point, so I've been kind of slowly DCAing out of these. I've been trying to sell like the good mint numbers last. Yeah, it's like $1.75. I still need to sell some of these. A bunch of these collectibles I bought when I was at the convention to do, you know, the AR thing and like get a picture with someone else. So I still actually need to sell some of these, to be honest. But there's still a lot of collectibles that there's still a lot of collectibles that I want to sell or potentially flip because I'm in the profit on. Like this penguin I bought for 21, now it's worth 35. So I'm like, do I sell it? It's been chilling at 35 for a while. What's Joker at right now? 30? Yeah, most of these Jokers have actually bought for like above 30. What's Symbiote at? Floor price is 20 bucks. Yeah, I bought this one for 15. Floor price. I tried to sell it for 25 for a while, but I'll just remove it. What's the market looking like on this? Well, big undercut here, like 6 gems. Okay, so there's only one guy undercutting this symbiote. I think this black symbiote suit Spider-Man, I think it could go a little bit cheaper, but I do think it is one of those collectibles that's a little bit of a sleeper just because it's black suit Spider-Man, right? Not FA, but you know, he has the suit. Comic people love him, or like the look, and it's animated. And 2,500 mints isn't. I mean, it's a little bit on the higher end, but it's not. It's almost. It's actually decent. I mean, it's less than like Wolverine and stuff like that, right? Because I think Wolverine's 3,500. I think for now I'm gonna delist it. I don't know how much you guys care about me going through my collection and figuring out what the hell I'm trying to buy or sell, but I will say the hardest ones to sell by far for me have been the comics. Because a lot of the covers I like, some of them I do have sets for, and I'm trying not to break the set. So, weirdly enough, comics are the ones that are hardest for me to sell because, I don't know, I'm just a sucker for the art. And I still actually have a bunch of these Planet Death Zeros. I have 25 of them. Yeah, they're already back up to like box. Because I remember they were like $4.99. And that was why I bought so many. Because I'm like, oh, these are $2 cheaper than like, or technically, yeah, $2 cheaper than like the normal comics. And it's a cool comic. Ooh, Mint 360. I didn't even know I had Mint 360 for Planet Death. It's kind of cool. And Mint 88. Isn't 88? Or no, 888. That's the one that like means something in some cultures. Okay. Yeah, like for me, like these Marvel Rivals, I like those covers. And it also kind of sucks too, because I don't want to sell. It's kind of hard for me to sell my one-ups too, because I'm probably going to forget about it, because I do want to start getting more gems in preparation for Silver Surfer. But most of these covers, it's really hard for me to sell the X-Men. What's this one at? Silver Surfer Black. Am I still floor price on this? Yeah, this one is... Yeah, no one's biting on this. I might have to relist that one. Because considering how many mints there are for this, 30,000. I don't know. I'm just not sure if this is like a 30 gem ultra rare. This is why I put mine up for 26.69. Same thing with this one, like X-Men 53. First appearance of Onslaught. There's just so few of these on the market, if I remember right. Yeah, there's only 4. And I think this one's also a 30,000 mint comic. You're welcome. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. All right, there's 5,000 of these. Not too bad, actually. So it's definitely on the more scarce side. So like this is a comic I can imagine being like, okay, ultra rare being like 20 gems, less 15, whatever. There's only 5,000 editions. Onslaught could be a villain at some point in the MCU if they're going to focus more on mutants. Whereas, what was the other comic I was just looking at? Yeah, like Silver Surfer Black, like no first appearances. I know it's the first run in the series, but like that being 30 gems with 30,000 editions, I just find that a little hard to believe. That's why I wanted to sell it. Yeah, I might have to just go through this off stream. I did have a bunch of these get delisted the last like week. I think I did have like 25 or 30 comics listed on the market. My listings. Yeah, I got this Thor here. Yeah, I got all these on the market right now, and I need to add more. If someone's undercut me, I'll just delist it, but like I doubt this is floor price still. Yeah, there's no way in hell. I love Omega Red, don't get me wrong, but if I can sell the SR for over 200, that'd be fantastic. Even above 150. So Omega Red's a cool comic, but it's not a, I don't know. I don't think it's an SR that's like around 200, at least me personally. Most of these collectibles I've been meaning to try sell for a while, or I bought them very temporarily for something or like an AR photo, and then I just kind of want to sell them back. I will say that is probably one of the very few times where I probably would have used like a rental feature, is when I was at that convention. I was like taking AR pictures of people. If I could just pay like 2-3 gems or whatever instead of spending the full 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and trying to resell it on the market over the next like weeks or months, like that would just save me so much more time. Yeah, this one's down to 20. Yeah, this one has a lot of mints. 20,000 mints. First appearance Gambit. Yeah, I bought this one for 10 bucks. It's up to 20. So pretty good. So I still flip. I mean, I bought this one forever ago. So that's, I don't know, someone mentioned earlier about flipping. Sometimes your flips can be done quickly. Some flips just take a very long time. Like, I love Gambit, but there's just also other characters I just like more, and I don't mind parting with them for 20 bucks if I can. But all right. Anyway, I'm going to call it now. I mean, I just wanted to kind of hang out with you guys. I might stream one of the drops. Are there any drops worth streaming over the next like few days? I would have streamed this morning's drop if I would have known. I was out on my workout. I had no idea BE wasn't streaming today's drop. I'm sure he'll do Silver Surfer for sure. This Emily one, I haven't even looked at Emily. I don't know what this is in reference to. Is this kind of a... I feel like this is to like an IP that I'm just like not familiar with at all. It does look very interesting though. But at 20 gems, it's a little steep for me. And like, how many mints does this have? Let me go to the, I don't know, I just had the article. Does it have the article on here? There we go. I'm just gonna look at this very quickly. I mean, this isn't even gonna come out till Comic-Con, or yeah, New York Comic-Con. 2000. Emily the Strange, okay. Yeah, I might have to look at this later. Yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, this probably would have done well at 10. 20 is a bit steep for me, but all right. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, hanging out. I'll do more streams a bit later. Take care. Oh, yeah, also join. I'll be more active. I've been kind of MIA in my Discord the last few days, but let me go ahead and put my link. for the Discord in here. Wait, people. Here. Use that link if you want to join the Discord. I think right now we only have like 12 members, but I'll try and keep on top of it. There's a handful of us just talking about comics, drops, VV, stuff like that. Sometimes we talk about other NFT projects and even like a little bit of crypto, but not too much. So awesome, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, and I'll catch you